Welcome back to Nirvana, Surfer's Dream. The Jeep Surf Ranch Pro presented by Adobe. We're straight back into it with Jack Freestone up and at it now. Beautiful looking Peisel surfboard under his feet, looking nice and sparky, snappy, fits in all the right places. Jack Freestone currently with a 3.5 and a 6.5, so definitely room to grow. And from what he's done so far on this wave, he's looking like he's feeling very comfortable.
Trying to improve on a 6.5 here on the right.
Hey, there we go. The spice of life. A little bit of variety there from Jack Freestone. And what do we got at the end? Boom, big. Oh, grab rail, almost inverted, frontside reverse, but that's a moot point because didn't ride away with it, but did do some good business out the back. So Jack Freestone now will be waiting for his score. I am Chris Cote. This is Peter Mell, and we are going to be welcoming a very special guest into this heat momentarily. There's a place in the world that's famous for a few things. Steel Town, also one of the best Billy Joel songs ever. It's called Allentown, and here's the guy that won it back in the day, a two-time world champion, Tommy Carroll. So stoked to have you here. Welcome to the show. Where are you coming at us? Where are you coming to us from?
I'm in Avalon Beach in Sydney, Northern Beaches. Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's cold. It's winter. You guys are watching you guys sort of melt down up there. And it's cold.
We'll take it. Send us a breeze, please. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. Your backdrop. You have some beautiful memorabilia there.
That's a Pipe Masters trophy right there, right? Isn't that behind you? Oh, yeah.
That there. Yeah.
And who's the buddy?
I'll show you guys.
Who's the buddy you're hanging out with?
This is Angel the cat. She's just taking advantage of my warm lap right now. total advantage. But yeah, I've got a couple of cats, and they're like 19 years old. Can you imagine?
Wow.
She's seen a lot.
That's great.
Tommy, I'm sure your cat was enjoying the cat-like reflexes of Jack Freestone, who we just saw ripping that last wave.
How cool was that? Yeah, and that was a bit of a tough ending for him, but he's a big guy, Jack. Jack, he's got a big frame. I can't imagine trying to fit that in. I mean, it's from my experience being on that wave, it's really tricky. He's got some really tight arcs in the wave and curves you got to fit into, and here goes Jack now.
That's the replay
I'd love
here,
to see
Tom.
what he's got to. Oh, right, okay.
And
Beautiful.
Talk us through, Tom. I mean, you talked about the tight transitions, and how hard is it to do some of these moves?
Well, actually, plucking yourself off the bottom, fitting yourself into these little barrels, it's a very, very tight barrel, but it's super open, quite deep. He's getting a little foam ball there. He's sitting in it. It's got enough experience with the wave to get himself in the right position there. And it's a down-the-line sort of point kind of break wave that Jack's very used to. And he's coming off the bottom is tricky, and there's a certain amount of power in this wave that, from my experience, here he goes. Here's his last move. His point break, small point break, Queensland, Southeast Queensland point break experience has paid off in reading this wave.
And Jack's riding a pretty.
Here he goes on the backside.
He's riding a pretty unique-looking Peisel surfboard. It's got some wings down towards the tail. He had a swallowtail on the beach. I'm not exactly sure the one he's riding now, but you'll see this board is, nice and short. It fits right into that pocket, but definitely has some throwback qualities, especially to the tail. He's looking real loose on this Peisel-shaped craft.
Sure is, and getting the speed off the bottom of the wave, the beginning part of the surf ranch wave. Here we go on the left particularly, super maneuverable wave, and just lining this back part of the wave up, getting nice and vertical there, and getting into the barrel. Yes, beautifully timed. But can he get? Oh, he manhandled that last section, trying to get a last little move in here. But that's an incredible effort. That's a long ride too. It's under stress and strain of having to get up, come up with a score, and then just put it all in on that one wave. That's what's amazing about the surf ranch and this event. It's putting the surfers under a whole new kind of strain.
Yeah.
and come up with the performance here. He's just lining that section up to get something off the lip. And yes, being able to throw the fins there, the board looks super loose and free and able to move in and out of the water with the nose of his surfboard real easy, which, John Peisel's, he's a bit of a master at creating a nicely formed board for these, just the hydrodynamics here. Just, beautiful display. Yeah, Jack. Just trying something there at the end. People like Jack Robinson, I think has a good chance of lifting his game and putting it into the spot. But that's, here we go. We've got the man with the beard.
Yeah, back at it. Wade Carmichael.
Turn. Yeah, Wade Carmichael. Yeah, really nice moves out off the lip, looking for a barrel. Just holding himself back in there. Yes, nice work, Wade. Is he coming out? Wow, he tucked that frame in there. Ooh, almost got caught behind then. Tricky wave. As soon as you get caught behind on this wave, it's very hard to get out in front, which he's done a wonderful job at, laying the rail out off in that first turn, approaching this last end section, timing the barrel, that end barrel beautifully. Little foam ball action.
Oh, wow.
The big man hack.
Pure power right there.
And like I was going back to the last comment about who's coming next. Tricky one. Real tricky. There's so much strength up there at the top there. And the application by someone you can see that's from many years of application that's coming out of Gabriel Verdina. It's so apparent at the moment.
Yeah, this is going to be a super exciting end of the year, no doubt. We're going to take a look at the replay here of Wade Carmichael.
Yeah, I was thinking about this wave, Tom, and sometimes there is subtle differences on either rights or lefts about the size of the wave, but this one felt like it was pretty small. It was very cylindrical, but it was a smaller wave, overall, and compared to a lot of the rights we've seen in the last hour.
Yeah, that's been something to do with the water movement in the wave. Oh, how was that turn? They're pretty risky turns to start cranking out there for Wade. The way this wave rushes off, that, Pete. How this has got some speed to it. Nice. And particularly in my experience with wave pools from the beginning was that there's a real point where there's no energy. We're going to put a wave pool event on an Allentown. I went, what? I'm scratching my head.
Two pipe masters surfing against each other in a wave pool. That's amazing.
And there you go. We're usually battling it out at Pipeline. Tandem, gosh knows the way they used to throw us out at Pipeline back in the day. It just could have been anything. He goes way on the backside. Nice. Keeping himself high. Looking for the opportunity off the lip. Nice. Nicely timed. Ooh, just putting the nose into the water there on the way back down. Oh, tight. Oh. Nice backside. Yeah. Oh, so tight in that really critical part of the wave. And he's going to start lining up this end section. Wow, super tight. It's very manoeuvrable wave that. Almost caught behind. That's Chris, Pete, you've ridden the wave. It's pretty hard to get back into that wave. Once you start losing that energy, it just drops you away.
That's when panic sets in, no doubt. Well, thank you so much, Tom Carroll, for joining us. And I know you're going to be watching for the rest of the day. These bonus runs are lit up. And give that cat a squeeze for us. Hope to see you very soon. Have a great rest of your day in Avalon, Australia.
Big virtual hug, kiddo.
Yeah, we got one
Good
for you right
here.
Yeah, you too, Pete.
Yeah,
Chris, thanks
you,
for having me on.
One of the best to ever do it. Tom
so
Carroll.
cool. Love you, Tom.
That was awesome. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more action. You're watching the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro presented by Adobe. Welcome to bonus run time here at the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro presented by Adobe. This is the last chance for these surfers to get above the cut line and earn their spot on finals day. This is Morgan Cibilic. He's got a 4.23 and a 6.67. It's hard charging rookie. Definitely in contention for Rookie of the Year. could be in contention to be in the WSL top 5 at the end of the season.
And I think that this is an important event, at least to get himself, a quarterfinal finish, to keep himself in that 5th position. Being that he is a rookie, this is one of his first times competing at this event.
He looks like he's surfed here a lot. He
Yeah.
looks very confident. And here he is. Oh, body surfing. Mark Cunningham, shout out right there.
Wow, trying to improve on a 6.67. I would say that's probably not going to happen with the fall, at least on the right. Good opportunity here on the left. He has only a 4.23 to improve on. So if he wants to find himself moving up that leaderboard, this is a good opportunity for him, is on this left. And it's his last chance. This is it.
That's right. Well, we're all getting more familiar with Morgan surfing. He's done 50 post-heat interviews this season alone because he's won that many heats. But here's a little bit more information about this incredible surfer from Australia. He was so new to the scene, I pronounced his name wrong for the first couple of events.
Well, we worked together throughout that event, and even previous to that, because his QS run, really, he was just doing some regional events, had enough points to get into the Challenger Series, and then his last few Challenger Series events, he made himself quarterfinals, finishing in Hawaii, and got on tour literally in 1 year on the QS.
Yeah, and if you make a statement like Morgan made on the North Shore of Oahu, at Haleiwa, at Sunset, you really put your name on the map. Morgan Cibilic. I will never forget that because he is now one of my current favorite surfers in the world. I love his approach. He's got really just solid fundamentals. You see now he's switched boards. He's onto the Sharp Eye Dark Arts Tech board.
So needs a 7.04 on this left in order to get himself into that top 8.
That's a nice turn there. Good combination. Bottom turn straight up into the lip. He had a really good movie actually come out. He was the star of, along with Mick Fanning and selective rip curl athletes. He jumped right up the ranks of favorite surfers for a lot of people there. A little messy finish for Morgan. Good run. Decent result, but he would have had to do a lot of hard work to get himself up into the top 8.
Yeah, and to get it right now, he sits in an equal 9th position, which is that's saving face. I mean, that's not a 17th, and it's certainly not a 33rd. So it's a good job done. It's right in the middle of the pack. In an event that he's never been able to compete in, to be able to get himself an equal 9th, and there is a chance here that this could be the 7.04. We'll see what the judges put with it.
The learning curve here is not easy. I mean, it takes surfers a lot of reps to feel comfortable. I'm super impressed with what Morgan's done in such a short period of time. I believe this is the first time he's really spent here at Surf Ranch, and he's made full use of it. I can't say enough about how cool these boards look. They look like F1 race cars to me.
Yeah, well, it's the same kind of construction, right? I mean, those dark arts are labor-intensive, carbon, styrofoam, epoxy design. I mean, I don't even know what the secret sauce is on them, but there's a lot of surfers on them in this event.
Oh, yeah.
There's an opportunity there for him to go to the Olympic Games, which would be Tokyo 2020 at the end of July. But I want to talk about his CT results so far. I mean, he's currently 18th on the ranking right now in 2021, but he's had some incredible heats, as we know. And I don't think people credit him enough for winning that 3-series battle against Michael Wright at Pipeline in December. I mean, remember, he lost the first heat. He had his back up against the wall. He needed 2 wins back-to-back, and he's got it. And he not only represents Italy super well, but I think we could see the Euroforce back in action pretty soon, guys.
Yeah, we're right there for it. Love to see Leonardo Fioravanti really clicks in. He's got some work to do. He's got a 5.73 and a 5.20, currently in 24th on the leaderboard. He's got such a smooth style, a lot of power. Of course, he's got every trick in the book. He can do any air variation. We'll see if he brings that out on this wave.
Nicely done for the barrel riding. Very technical what he was doing in there to keep all that time in the curtain.
This is a nice looking surfboard as well. You see it just flows so beautifully between turns. Does everything he wants it to do. What's the finish going to be? Goes for the big frontside reverse. Can't come down with it. It does everything he wants it to do except
the finish.
Land at the very end. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more action. You're watching the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro presented by Adobe. And we've got bonus runs coming up for you. Don't go anywhere. We are back and the basin's going off. This is the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro presented by Adobe. Leonardo Fioravanti needs a big number to continue on through this competition, Pete.
Well, there's a few battles that you can have, right? And one of them is to get himself out of that 17th position into an equal 9th, which is a much better position for qualification. And so here's his opportunity. He sits at 17th on the leaderboard, one spot out of equal 9th position. So if he can put together a good left here and move above Ryan Callanan right now, that would give him an equal 9th position, which would be great. But then those guys have bonus runs to run as well. So good looks right here on this left, carrying good speed, tail above the lip.
A little bit more hype on this wave. Looks like he's firing up down the line. I want to see a big finish here. I got half of it. I didn't get the whole thing.
Yeah, and both those finishes at the end are going to cost him. It cost him on the right. You know, he had the spin all the way around. He had everything going on, but then just those falls at the very end, it just it leaves that taste. So he did move up from 24th to 17th on the leaderboard, and this was another opportunity to get him over Callanan, but we'll see what happens with the judges.
So you are watching bonus runs from our top surfers who have one more shot to eclipse a score that they've dropped earlier in this event. They'll get one right and one left. Let's take a look at the points and placings that our surfers are trying to fight for. Of course, big points on the line, and these are much needed results for guys like Leonardo Fioravanti, who might not be fighting for the top 5 spot at the end of the year, but definitely fighting for requalification.
And it's very important, and he knows it. He's paying attention to this, and so I liked everything about that wave. Just unfortunately, the finish didn't come to fruition for him. But everything he did all the way from the start of this wave all the way to the very end was very nicely done, and I feel like it could be still enough to improve his score. He got a good number there. That's 6.87 on the left, 6.23. Both those scores go into his top 2, and he's in 10th now, which gives him equal 9th.
Just like that, Leonardo Fioravanti jumps up the leaderboard.
It was huge because that is an equal 9th, and he sits way up on that equal 9th. He most likely won't get so that was job done for Leo. Good
news is that he jumped to 10th. Bad news, he's got a lot of surfers still to take bonus runs, including this guy right here, Peterson Crisanto, rocking the Adrian de Souza jersey out of respect for an icon of surfing who will be retiring at the end of this season. Here goes Peterson. Looks like a little more jump to his step there as he comes out of this tube straight up into it. I like to see a free fall happen, but sometimes it bites you back right there. Peterson Crisanto straight into the flats to a dead stop.
Yeah, and this is, again, he's similar situation where he's not necessarily going for the top 8 position. He's actually really trying to get himself into that similar equal 9th position in points. You see the beginning of this wave, he's stuck behind slightly, but then made up for it because this portion of the wave, nice whip, good barrel, everything was going well for him. He's disappeared there. That's what you got to do. You just got to get out of view for a little bit and control the tube, you know, and showcase that you have that technical skill. Late hits there, and that's so hard going out into the flats and keeping the board control and keeping it going down the line. So his best right was a 5.67, and that's going to be a throwaway score. It's not going to improve on the right. So now let's go to the left and see what he can put together.
Well, Blondie said it best. One way or another, this wave's going to get you. And with that, we're going to go down to the beach where Kaipo Guerrero is standing by with Leonardo Fioravanti. Peterson Crisanto comes through with his first score that won't do much for him. He left about half the wave, you know, a lot of fruit on the tree, if you will. So he's got to clean things up and post up something sizable. Just a 2.83 for his first effort.
So he needs something excellent in order to get himself a step up from the equal 17th position. So there is an opportunity here.
So it looked like he took off really deep, or really early on the way.
You can do it. You just got to keep running down the line as the wave gets bigger. Look at this. Oh, cut loose.
He had to. He had to try. Throw something against the wall and see if it sticks. Didn't stick, but I do like the effort, and I like the energy that he brought to that wave. Unfortunately, he went down, and now he's out.
Looks like he's chewing gum. That's interesting. Gum chewing while you're riding waves.
Well, Peterson Crisanto will have 2 more opportunities on the championship tour.
Yep.
Excited to see what he can do at Chopo as well.
Yeah, well, an equal 17th, unfortunately, here. So quick, Crisanto, he's good, both solid forehand and backhand. But here, just pushing hard. He pulls it off, then you see himself getting excellent numbers and conceivably moving way up the leaderboard. But instead, it's a fall and will not factor into his two-wave total, and he'll stay in that 24th position.
Yeah, and he has the incredible rare ability when he goes up into a backside turn, like a Rob Machado, like one of the Hobgoods, he can actually get his backside above his head and whip it almost behind his back. Not a lot of people can do that on a surfboard. Ace Buchan is one of them, and I hope we get to see that incredible dynamic backhand snap that he's so famous for. And, if you're a purist, well, you're no doubt a fan of Ace Buchan because his style, his flow, his finesse, his power, his precision. I mean, he's got everything there.
Yeah, he sure does. You're thinking about what he needs right here to improve. If he gets himself an 8.8 on the right, he'll get enough points to move into that equal 9th position.
He can do it.
Yeah, but he has opportunity both on the left and the right. Right now, he's focusing on bettering his right-hander above a 6.17, and he's adding points to his total.
All right, Adrian Ace Buchan, wily veteran now. Watch for this backhand to start to flare up as he gets down the line, building speed, building momentum. Oh, a little back arm drag to stall in the front of his board. That was pretty cool looking.
Super. Look at how deep he is too, and just great control.
Whoa, that was
sketchy.
Some critical surfing. Love the recovery. He's straight back at it. So just calm, collected in his approach. Straight up, straight down through those backside turns,
Nice.
throwing the tail there. That is such a cool little added element to drag that arm. I liked it. That was some
solid.
great backside surfing.
I think he liked it too. Just everything from the start, quick, precise, which we expect from him, and then the barrel was very technical. He was his speed control was on point.
Here we are at stop number 6 of the season. Just a 3-day event here in day 2. Finals day tomorrow, and a goofy foot named Ace Buchan wants to be a part of it. In motion, first turn, looking solid, very focused, nice compact stance on that surfboard. Kind of feeling his way through the down carve to set up the climb for the combination. Big forehand drive through that beautiful down carve. Throwing so much speed, spray off the top with a lot of control now down the line. Nice clean glide over that snap on the white water. Now deep in the barrel, Buchan gets spit out. Full wrap to finish for Adrian, the Australian. Looking for some improvement. Remember, 10th, right now 19th seed on the leaderboard. So wants to jump up a lot of places, just like Fioravanti just did. So used to seeing Buchan on tour, even through that injury that he had at Margaret River, just seeing him miss an event, that's just so odd for Ace. And it's interesting, he'll talk about injuries he had over the years, but a lot of them, weren't really publicized, and he just worked his way through it. What do you think about this one, Rosie?
Yeah, you see that afternoon ruffle on the face of the left, but there's lots of intent in his surfing. You just mentioned his precarious place on the tour right now, coming back from injury, fracturing his back at Margaret River in some of the biggest surf that we've ever seen at that location, throwing everything at it. So I'd love to see Ace improve here and move from a 17th place finish on a championship tour event up into that top 10 where he'll get an equal 9th. That's potentially, definitely going to be a keeper result for him. And maybe even move up a couple more places. But yeah, the Ace has got to throw everything at it.
Solid footwork in the barrel. Always been an incredible tube rider. And I love that even artificial waves can spit just like they do in the ocean.
Yeah, you just see it kind of take that breath.
Two-time CT event winner.